and welcome to Toxic Topics Tuesday. All right, so I pre-recorded this one because I wanted to make sure that I got all this information in and I kept it in a reasonable amount of time. And if I spilled stuff all over the place, I could do take two. So there you have it. That's why I'm doing it like this today. Also, I thought I could get it out a little earlier in the day for you. So I want to talk about our dish soap. Okay. Last week we talked about sodium lauryl sulfate and sodium SLS and SLES. Okay. Laurel and Laureth being the difference in those two. And we talked about what they do, how they work on our endocrine system, our hormonal system, the hormonal imbalances, things like that, right? So it's important to apply that, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to see a place where you could apply it. So we're going to be talking about our dish soap that we use in our sink, not in our dishwasher, which is running in the background, because that is never good to use dish soap in your dishwasher. Don't do that. My dad did that once when my mom was working one night when I was a kid, and my favorite show was on, and that was before DVRs and all that, and he's screaming, "Carrie, come and help, come and help." And he's got the window open and he's bailing suds out the window. "We got to get this taken care of before mom gets home." Don't do that. I'll never forget it. Okay, so, a lot of people talk to me about how hard it is to commit to doing things all natural. We know that if we go into the grocery store and we have an organic bag of carrots and a regular bag of carrots, the regular bag of carrots is going to be cheaper, right? Same with the meat. The meat's going to be cheaper. Everything's going to be cheaper if it's pumped up with chemicals and hormones and all these other things that we don't want in our bodies, right? But sometimes, we think, okay, it's important if I choose an organic meat or organic milk that's not pumped up with hormones for our children, or for ourselves, really, especially midlife mamas who, are hormones all over the place anyway. So, we think, it's really important to do that. So I'm going to have to compromise somewhere because it's so expensive, right? So a lot of times we'll just be like, I'm just going to grab that blue dish soap and it's fine. Or that blue laundry soap and it's fine. The ones I'm talking about, right? But blue is bad, so let's just put that out there in case you didn't already know. Blue, bad. But let's talk about what was kind of a misnomer. Is that even the right word? We do. It is true that you are going to have to spend more money up front with a lot of the products that you want to purchase, that you want to switch out, whether it's your soaps, shampoos, makeup, whatever. But what people fail to realize is how concentrated so many of those products are, and just really what you can do to really save the budget at the same time that you're saving your beautiful hormonal and endocrine system, your beautiful skin, the things that are being absorbed into your body. So I found a dish soap that I love, but whatever dish soap that you have found that is free from, this is what mine is. It is free from SLS, free from dyes, SLES, formaldehyde, phosphates, synthetic perfumes. It's important that those things are not in your soaps, because think about what you are washing. It's not necessarily our hands, although a lot of my family members use this soap for their hands, but it is your dishes, it's your cups, it's the things that you are then going to eat and drink out of. So guess what, guys? There's going to be residue from the soap no matter how well you rinse it. No matter what, the stuff that's going to come out of my dishwasher is going to have the residue on it. So if I'm using blue things, or if I'm using Cascade, for example, which a lot of people do, or a Walmart brand or whatever in my dishwasher, that is going to be left on the plates. And I'm going to consume it whenever I eat, whenever I drink something out of a cup that came out of that dishwasher or that I washed with blue soap, I am consuming those chemicals no matter how well I rinsed. It just happens. In the laundry, what did it say? You have to wash, just take a towel that you washed with your regular detergent and you can wash it, I think it's like 5 to 7 more times without adding more detergent, because the detergent is stuck in the fibers of your towel, and so it comes out each time you wash. And you'll notice if you throw it into your washer and let it, agitate in there a little bit, or, spin if you're a front loader, you're going to see suds. Okay, so it stands to reason, obviously, that that residue is going to get on your skin. It's going to be left on you, okay, or gassing out in your closet, for example. So we definitely want to work on getting those toxins out one at a time. So one of the first things I switched was the soap that I knew that my family was washing, because I didn't know how well they were going to rinse, number one. And number two, usually it's like a glass real quick that maybe didn't get clean enough in the dishwasher or whatever. It's a water bottle that you wash by hand and then you put water into, and if you're like me, you also put essential oils in there. So what's it gonna do? If there's chemicals left in that water bottle, even if it's a glass or stainless steel water bottle, which if you're gonna use oils, you definitely need, it's going to pull the chemicals from the whatever the residue left on there from the rinse and put it right into your water, and you're gonna drink it down. It just happens, okay? So you wanna try to find different ways to mitigate that and avoid that as much as possible. So today, we're gonna talk about this. So this just came. It's a brand new bottle of my dish soap, and like I said, free of all of those things. And for a thing of dish soap, it's kind of expensive. It's like $7 something, I think. I don't even remember. So when I was hesitant to switch to this because I was like, I am not paying that for my dish soap when I can get it for $1.89 for a little one, you know, at Walmart or whatever. Like, that's crazy. Until I realized what I realized as far as what those toxins do. But then also, this one can be made into these 3. Now, some people do 4. I have had some people make 4 bottles out of the 1 bottle. But in my family, with my boys, they like to see a lot more substance, even though I know and have tested, you know, if you wash a dirty pan that had like chicken goo in it or whatever, and you wash it with, you know, a 4 times diluted soap, and then I test it, that's all gone. There's no germs, there's no chicken goo left in the pan. So I know that I can do 4, but today I'm just gonna do 3. So what's cool about this is you just pour out, you know, a third of this bottle into each one. I always struggle with knowing where my third is here. Taking a look. And then what people also find or complain about with their natural soaps and detergents or shampoos, body soaps, is there's no bubbles. People think bubbles mean clean, okay? And so my boys, they need to see bubbles for them to think that for them to believe that it is working. How did I do? I'd say that's pretty close. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm pretty close, not exact. I mean, it's pretty close. Okay, so the boys, they're like, I don't like that because there's no suds and I want it to be sudsy. And so there's a little hack that we can do to give us the suds. So I'm just using some Arm & Hammer baking soda and a funnel, and I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of baking soda in each one of these. And guess what? The funnel is not gonna work very well. Here we go. Now we're moving. Okay. Sometimes I just take an index card and I use the index card and I just, you know, fold it and make it like a large chute or a funnel to go in there. But I thought I'd be a little more couth with my thing here. All right, and the next one. 1, 2. Now what this does that is so great is this is going to also boost your cleaning power naturally with our sodium bicarbonate here, but we're also going to get more suds that way. And that's what's so great about this. Okay, so I've got that in there, and now I'm just going to add my water. Fill it right up there, leaving just a little bit. Oops, see, there we're starting to get our suds already, so we can see we got the bubbles coming. Filling that right up, and this one. A little shy on water for that one. Excuse me one moment. I had to do this for myself, which is why I brought you along for the ride, guys. Hope you don't mind. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone here. All right, so see, the baking soda is already helping with creating of the suds. Now, it's water, it's soap, and it's baking soda, so you are going to need to incorporate them together, okay? So make sure your tops are on nice and tight, and then you are just gonna simply, in this particular case, you know, with this, is you just kind of rock it back and forth. I don't wanna create, you know, a sudsy mess, but I'm just kind of agitating this back and forth until it's incorporated, and it actually works great. And you can put this in your pump if you have an automatic pump in there, but generally it works better if you just leave them in the bottle with this. So whatever natural soaps that you are finding, you know, you usually can dilute. So try, I know this brand, I've used it for years, so I know that I can do at least 3 bottles. I know it's gonna clean effectively and efficiently. But whatever, you know, brand that you are finding that you are using, I just want to caution you to make sure that you do your research first, because there's some out there that look and they're branded with their labels and their wording to convince you that they are all natural and they're good for you and there's nothing bad in there, okay? And they might say phosphate free, for example. But then when you turn it over, you see on the back that there's fragrance, and it's just the word fragrance, which is usually ding, 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 ding. It's warning bells, right? Or perfume of some sort. Ding, 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 it's warning bells. So getting to know it's a good challenge, actually. If you get to know like one item each time you go shopping, just be like, okay, I already know about SLS and SLES, so I'm going to avoid that. And phosphates, I know to avoid phosphates. But maybe you're going to look up one more ingredient on the back of something that you currently have, and you're going to see what it does. Do your research, and once you choose that, get to know that ingredient, and then when you go to the store, avoid it. Okay, and it's going to take you a little bit longer to do that, but how many of us have time to sit in the grocery store or the Walmart or Target or whatever and go, okay, I'm going to look at what this, well, there's nothing in here that I don't know, so it doesn't really, glucoside. Maybe I would want to look up that, for example. So what does that do, and do I want it in my life? Do I not want it in my life? What's its purpose in this ingredient? So if you have to do that with an entire back label, again, a lot of cleaners have giant ingredient lists. This is just here. Now, if this were normal going this way, it would look much shorter, but it's just here, and a lot of these are like lemon peel and cinnamon bark and different things like that. So very antibacterial, antiviral properties in those ingredients. So that's why I want them in my hand soap that I'm putting on my hand and potentially ingesting if I don't rinse well. So hopefully that all makes sense. Just one at a time, just switching out product by product, guys. One bad product out and one new product in is one step closer to you being your healthiest, best selves. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Don't be afraid to do this. How long did it take me? I mean, it's a 13-minute video, but it's because I'm yapping so much. So thank you for watching this toxic topic, and go out there and find better options for you and your family, because you are worth it. And baby, you are the gatekeeper of your home. So keep the gate, bring in the good, get out the bad. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.